Hello, hello, hello. Barbie Figueroa here, and I am so excited to make this video today because it has been a long time since I have been excited. And usually when I'm excited, it's because I've joined a new opportunity or because, I don't know, usually it's because I've joined a new opportunity or I'm going in a new direction or whatever. But this time I'm excited because I have been stuck for a very long time, for probably close to a year. But I was tired of being there. I was totally tired of being stuck. So what I want to do in this video is I want to share with you my kind of like revelation and where I'm going to go with my content and how I finally recognized how I am going to be helping people. And wait to the very end because I've got something super exciting to announce. And you might be in a season in your life where you are ready to take that step forward and be part of what I am doing. So where do I start? In the beginning. In the beginning. What else starts with in the beginning? The Bible, right? It starts with a story. And my story started in 2007 when I was a stay-at-home mom with 3 small children who, by the way, are now adults. They're men. I don't have teenagers anymore. The time does fly. It's crazy. But more than anything, what I really wanted to do was I wanted to figure out how could I make money even when I wasn't on my computer. Like, how could I do that? And it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. I started to explore different avenues to create like recurring income or passive income. I tried network marketing. I've done affiliate marketing and all those things. And some with success, some not so much. But what I realized through my whole journey was that there was one constant. There was one thing. There was one, like Russell Brunson would say, the one big domino that changes everything, right? Because there's a lot of moving parts in internet marketing. If you want to create leverage and passive income, there's a lot of things going on. Like, you want to have like a website and a funnel, and you got to know some copywriting, and you got to make videos if you want any type of leverage and automation. And then, so I was trying to do like all the things, right? Like, let me show you how to do like all of it. The video, the branding, the colors, the website, the funnel, the copy, the emails, it was just all of it. And at this point in my life at 54, like, I just got to the point where I just didn't want to, especially after my last experience, I didn't want to plug into yet another affiliate program that I didn't own or control. I just felt like there was this thing inside me that says you are meant to help people and teach people. And I think affiliate marketing and network marketing were kind of like my training wheels, right? Because I learned so much. I learned how to brand myself. I learned how to make sales, generate leads, lead a team, onboard people, all those things. But there was one constant. There was one thing. Like, if you were to say, what is the one thing that if you were stuck on a deserted island and you needed to get yourself out, right? What is that one thing that you've always done that has always worked? And it's a combination actually of story and video. But there's so many facets to even storytelling. And there's a lot of people that teach storytelling. But what I realized for me, and when I was teaching others, it's not just the story. It's not just your background story or your life story. It's specifically the story you tell that relates to the product that you're selling, the product or service that you're selling. So it's the story that connects, that bridges the product that you're selling and why you're selling it. and why someone else would want it, right? Anytime I've started an opportunity, anytime I've started a new venture, it always starts with, here's the story behind it. Here's the why behind what I'm doing. And here's how it connects with the product or service that I'm selling. And if you see yourself in this story, if you see yourself in what I'm sharing with you, then click on the link below this video and take the next step. That's been my thing for many, many years. And so, as a matter of fact, I have a video when I was in another company I was an affiliate for, and that video is still on YouTube. And that video was the catalyst. It was the bridge between where I was and where I ended up eventually going. So in 2024, from doing some training with people like Myron Golden, Eileen Wilder, these really high level coaches, they're like, you have to have your own offer. If you do not want to just plug into affiliate marketing or whatever, you have to have your own offer. So I didn't know what that was going to be. And for many, many, many years, I kind of just saw myself as, well, I'm the systems girl, the lead converting web design girl. But at 54, I've just been feeling that I had to prune and distill all the things that I sort of know how to do and focus on the one thing that made all the difference. And so in 2024, I launched a cohort, which is like a little group coaching, and it was called Sold on You. Because when you're doing attraction marketing and you're building the know, like, and trust factor, people they are sold on you before they are sold on the product or service that you're selling. So if they like you, they know you, they trust you, and a big and whatever you're selling is a solution for somebody's problem, then boom. And it's my mom. So let me tell her that I will call her back. So give me 1 second. Mom, I'm in the middle of filming. Can I call you back in like 5 minutes? Okay. Okay, love you, bye. Okay, so I didn't want to lose my flow. I will call her back in a few minutes. So, anyhow, and I lost my flow. So, I'll be back. Yeah, so I lost my flow. Thanks, Mom. So what I was saying was that in 2024, I did a cohort and it was like 6 weeks long, and it was all part of the experimenting process. And I beat myself up so hard for that because I was just cramming everything. Like week 1 was story. Week 2 was all about your colors and then your website. And it was just a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. And I keep hearing the one thing. What's the one big domino? And what is the thing that got me excited? What was the thing that lit me up? And to be honest, it was when I was able to hear a person's, like what they were trying to sell, and see them struggling because they're selling the thing instead of focusing on the problem that led to them selling the thing. And when that connected, and then the next step was to make their bridge video, where they would make that one video that would start to that would serve as the catalyst to get people interested. And they would start getting people to raise their hands and I want to learn more. I want to know more. I want to know more. That process right there was super exciting, and it lit me up because it helped me understand the person. I got to hear their stories. I helped them connect it to what they were selling. And one girl, which she's absolutely amazing, she took massive action, and she took what I shared with her. She made a video. She posted it on Facebook the way that I structured it for her, and people were contacting her like crazy. And that's what I've always done.
That is the one thing. And so moving forward, at least for this season, I'm going to give it a go. And I am going to be helping people connect the story that sells the product that you are trying to sell and attracts the people that see themselves in your story. And I'm going to help you create the video, your debut video. I call it's the bridge video because you can put it inside of a funnel, or you can put it, as a pinned video on your social media, whatever. But it's the video that gives you clarity and helps you connect why you're selling the thing that you're selling and how you attract the people that get what you're selling. Okay. So let me just give you a quick example. So in my last company, I was selling software. Technically, I was selling software, but what made me want to sell that software? Yeah, sure. I was looking for an affordable tool that would help me build my business. But the real reason, the why, the thing that connected the dots was the fact that it happened to have an affiliate program. It happened to pay recurring income. And at that time, I had just gotten out of the threat of a hurricane. We went through a hurricane, and I realized how vulnerable that I was because I didn't have a passive recurring income. And so because of that, I was looking for something that allowed me to create recurring income, and I could make money from anywhere in the world. And because it didn't depend on me, I would make a commission from other people that were using the service, and that's how I would get paid. But it wasn't the software itself. It was the hurricane that drove me to do this. Now, here's the interesting part of the story. When I started signing up my first few people, because later on you start doing other types of content, other types of videos, etc. But initially, the first few people that signed up with me, they were like, "Oh my gosh, I could relate to your story." I remember I went through a hurricane when I was, in Puerto Rico. I had a gentleman who was from Puerto Rico, and he's like, I went through a hurricane there, and another guy, "Oh yeah, I'm from the tropics. I totally understand. And yeah, it makes sense. I want to build some sort of a recurring income." And I also had people say, "Oh yeah, I live in the north where there's violent weather, and yeah, I never really thought about that. I need to look at this." Do you see? It wasn't actually the software. It was the story that was the driving factor for me wanting to align with that product or service. So that is what I help you figure out. I help you figure out what is that thing, and then connect it to the thing that you're selling, and then make that video that helps you automate that message and get it out there, so that instead of chasing and convincing and trying to approach the wrong people, you can just make that video, and it's going to give you the clarity that you need so that people raise their hands and say, "I want to learn more about that. How do I do that? What do I get? What's my next step? What do I got to do?" So that is what I'm going to be doing. And if you stay to the end of this video, I am actually launching a new cohort, which is a small group coaching program. And I am also offering founders pricing, and there's only going to be 7 people in this founder round, so that I could really sit and work with you. Because what happened with my last cohort, it's we kind of we spent a whole week in each process, but it was very difficult for me to really hone in on the story part of things, because we had to move on to the next thing because I was cramming way too much. So we're going to be working for 4 weeks together, and we're going to help you come up with the story, make sure that we're connecting your story to whatever it is that you're selling, whether it's a product or a service. And then we're going to get you to the point we're not going to get to the point where you film the video, but you're going to know how to do it. So when you're ready, you can. So if you want to learn more about being part of my Sold on You cohort or group coaching program, if you want a spot, I am not going to offer this pricing probably ever again. I'm not sure, but it's at a really, really, real introductory price right now if you want to get involved. So if you do, leave me a comment, message me, or go to my website where you will learn more. Go to personalbrandforprofit.com and check it out. So thank you so much for listening. I'm super excited. Hopefully, just by sharing my story, it helps also bring you clarity. So with that being said, if you are ready to get clear on how your story connects to what you're selling so that you can position yourself to generate leads, sales, and people that are interested in what you're offering, then make sure to check out my website at personalbrandforprofit.com. And I will see you on another video. Bye for now. And I gotta go call my mom back. Bye for now.